Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back. Oh, that's way off, isn't it? That's way off. Sorry, I had to do some camera adjustments recently. And there we go, that's a little better. Welcome back. We're here for Season 10, Round 1 of the Solo Champions League. Season 10, that's still crazy to me. It's still crazy that we're doing a 10th season, and I'm planning on more, so don't worry, there's more coming. Just, takes time, I guess, right? We gotta get through season 10. We're gonna do season 11. Don't get too excited. So again, this is season 10, round 1. We are using Wasp this round, and we also introduced alliances this season. So alliances mean you can kind of team up with other players within the league. You still play solo, but along with that, within that team, you have to kind of divvy up jobs. So no two players in the same alliance can have the same hero plus aspect choice. So I'm Team Ursa Major, me, Tebril, and Greg. So the three of us are Team Ursa Major. I'm using Protection. So I am using Wasp Protection. Now, I've actually grown to really like Protection, so I'm not like upset about this. I think I actually might have picked first. I'll talk about why I went that one later on probably, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting started. Now, I will say that this is probably the third iteration of this deck. I normally don't test that heavily, but I had a few extra nights this week where I wanted to try out how things might work. So I actually went through the Mad Titan Shadow campaign with Ant-Man protection, which I know is not exactly the same, but the idea was that I just kind of carry over some of the things I learned from that experience into Wasp. I started using Wasp with the same deck and it just wasn't working, so I made some adjustments, and now I'm pretty happy of where we are. So we're going to go into this pretty quickly, I think, and then go ahead and start our first attempt right away. So we got Nadia Van Dyne here, so we get 6 cards to start with. I really like her ability for Mulligan's purpose, so we can kind of discard cards that we're not really considering right away. So like Ever Vigilant, I'm not going to use Ever Vigilant on the first turn. I don't even have Aerial yet. Let alone anything to heal. So we're going to discard that. I think I'll drop Desperate Defense and Never Back Down. Just because he's Norman Osborn right now, he's not going to really attack. So we're mulligan 3 cards. There we go. And we'll go ahead and use Nadia's ability to put that Ever Vigilant back in the deck so that it can come up again later. Idea being that when we have Aerial later, it'll be back and useful. Now, did I get any allies this time? Because I don't think I did. I think we got Ant-Man. Now, we could use Ant-Man pretty well to get Norman over to the other side and not have to take that extra damage. Or we can get Avengers Mansion out there. I think I'm going to go Avengers Mansion first. I can only draw a card if I have the Avenger trait, which I don't as Nadia. So if we do this, we have to go flip over. Okay, so if we have to flip over, let's go ahead and flip over. Oh, with that 4, I have to put Avengers Mansion out, obviously. We're going to go ahead and flip over to Giant form. I'm going to use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. Ooh, Multiple Man. I do want to use Multiple Man. Shoot. Oh well. I think we might have lost our chance to use Multiple Man there. We can still use Pinpoint Strike if I do take him down. So we attack with Wasp, doing 2 damage. That clears this off, gets him over to Goblin side, and he does 3 indirect damage. We do have to take all of it, so that's 8 health left for us. But we can follow that up with Pinpoint Strike, which will do 7 damage to him, taking out half his health on the first turn. So that's the best I think I could do that turn. I also, toyed with the idea of staying in Alter Ego and going for Ant-Man, but I decided long-term, Avengers Mansion is going to serve me better. Okay, now we're going to go ahead, add our threat up here. He's going to attack. We're going to defend, so that's an attack of 3, 4, 5, and we have to take a token up here. So he attacks. I have 3 defense, so it is 2 damage to us, bringing us down to 6. And before turn 2 starts, we have an encounter card to deal with. Gang up, he's attacking again, and I can't defend this time. I might just lose right away. 3, 4, 5, bringing us all the way down to 1 HP. That's terrible. That's a terrible start. Okay, let's start with Avengers Mansion then, getting a new card out. I think we gotta get Iron Fist out here to start turning this around. So we're gonna spend this for sure. 2, 3 here, and we'll go ahead and use Ever Vigilant as our 4th one. Getting Iron Fist out here with his 2 counters. Now, since I spent that card, I do get to heal for 2. Iron Fist comes out, and we're going to use him right away. Essentially does 3 damage to him. Stuns him. 1 damage comes back on Iron Fist. Now, I've got this Bio Wings here. But I've also got Electrostatic Armor. So I think we're going to spend it on Electrostatic Armor. Ready everything up. And I think I'm going to go to Alter Ego. I know that's going to cause him to go over to... I don't want to ready up yet. We're going to go to Alter Ego. I know it's going to cause him to probably switch sides there to go over back to Norman Osborn. Before the turn ends, I'm going to use Nadia's ability to add 2 cards back in, including Pinpoint Strike and Multiple Man. Actually, no, let's do Multiple Man and Genius. So those 2 shuffled in. We'll get them back. Multiple Man I definitely want to see again. And with them in there, we can actually get full use of them. So things aren't going great. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still haven't seen the other Multiple Man, so they're in there somewhere. So we go over here, 1 threat over here. He's going to scheme, which is going to just remove this, and he's going to flip over the other side. So it's not ideal, but it's what we got. And then we have a encounter card before turn 3. Either give the villain a face-down boost card, or place 2 infamy counters on the criminal enterprise. I think we're going to give him the boost card, because I'm hoping to get some defensive actions out here to deal with them. We're going to start our turn with Nadia healing up for 6, and then using her ability, unless I've got something in here. Okay, here's what we'll do. We're going to spend Pinpoint Strike to get Night Nurse out. And then I'm going to use Nadia's ability to get Pinpoint Strike back in the mix. Anything else? No, Pinpoint Strike it is. So the idea there is that I don't really have a plan to use it right now, but it'll come back later now because of what I just did. And Night Nurse is going to help as we get stunned and stuff throughout this scenario, so that's kind of necessary as well. We're going to switch over to... Yeah, we're going to stay... No, we're going to go to Giant form, I think. We're going to use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. A few things I want to do in here. How do I choose? Can't really choose a few of them. So like this can't do anything right now. Rapid growth can't really do much either. Yeah, I can't use either of those right now. Wasp's thing I could use. Be a bit of a waste, but we'd get Norman back. Well, we could use Wasps. I think we have to spend all 3 in order to get Quinn Carrier out here. Yeah, we'll get Quinn Carrier out so that later on we can use it. I don't know. This is not a good start. This is not going the same way my practice games went. The good practice games. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards to draw here. Next turn, still not... we still have Preemptive Strike, which we can use. But hopefully we don't have to. So 1 threat goes up here. He's going to attack, which just adds a count. Oh, wait, no, he's stunned, so that doesn't happen. He attacks for 2. I could defend against it, but then I wouldn't be able to use that next turn. So I think we'll just take the 2, going down the 4. And yeah, we've got to do an encounter card before turn 4. Scorpion attacks your hero. If no attack was made this way, I am stunned. That's fine because we have Night Nurse. Don't be surprised if I say Nightmare Nurse at some point. Nightmare Nurse is a card in the DC deck building game, which I play a lot of, if you haven't noticed. So I do often use the wrong name. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use that to heal up 1 and remove this stun status. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. I might have to use Giant Help at this point. Well, we'll use Avengers Mansion for sure to draw a card. There we go. We could still definitely use Giant Help then. So we're going to spend Genius on Giant Help. Remove 3, blah, blah, blah. I can move 4 threat from a scheme if I'm in Giant form, so that's happening. That's definitely happening. We're going to use the Power of Protection to get Energy Barrier out here with its 3 counters. How do I want to handle this? Can't use Ever Vigilant because I don't have Aerial. So these cards are out, basically. I think we attack Hired Gun for 2, with the idea being that we'll finish him off with Electrostatic Armor on this next turn. And then I think we follow up by actually using Iron Fist on Norman. I know it's not ideal, but we will stun him, and he'll flip over to the other side. Ta-da! Which does do 3 indirect damage. We'll block 1 of Energy Barrier here. I'm doing 1 back to him. So we have 2 more to block. I guess we have to take it as Wasp, which I don't like because I'm down to 3 HP again. Don't like that. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the other multiple man, so we can use Iron Fist to defend, get multiple man out there, and have a little bit of buffer for the next few turns, which I do like to have. That's what I like about multiple man. Clears out the deck a little bit and gets a lot of allies all at once. So 1 threat here. This should be on the other side. He goes to attack, but he is stunned, so that's not happening. Hired Gun's going to attack. He does 2 damage. We'll block 1 of Energy Barrier, which will defeat him. And the other one, I guess we have to take, don't we? Brings us down to 2. And then we have an encounter card before turn 5. Shadows of the Past. I don't know about the rest of you, but I hit Shadows of the Past every single game for this setup for some reason. It must just be like the smaller size of the main deck or something. I don't know. Whatever it is, though, it just keeps coming up. So there's that. All right, shuffle this up. A Beetle's out there. Mother's Orders is out there. That's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. So we'll go ahead and put 2 on there. All right, here's what we'll do. We're going to use Iron Fist to do 2 damage to Beetle. We're going to use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. All right, that's better. You can use Pinpoint Strike. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't do Pinpoint Strike in that case, but we do want to get those multiple mans out there. So there's 3 multiple mans now. Getting low on this deck size over here, but that's okay. How to use them. I think the first thing we do is actually use Wasp here to thwart. Getting rid of this, or maybe not. Maybe we want to go to Alter Ego this turn. Heal up a bit. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. We're going to go to Alter Ego and heal for 3, going up to 5. Before we end our turn, I do want to make sure I use Nadia's ability. So let's go ahead. We'll get Genius back in there. And did I spend a Pinpoint Strike at some point? Where's the helmet? The helmet would also be good if that's still floating around somewhere. Ah, it's not the right thing. Could get Wasp Sting in there. That's an option. Yeah, I think we'll do Wasp Sting and Genius here. Shuffle those back into here. How do we want to use these multiple mana? I think we definitely want to get rid of Beetle so we don't have to deal with too much extra threat. So we'll use 2 of them to do 2 damage to Beetle. And because we don't have the resource to spend, that does get shuffled back in. Then the third one, the third multiple man there. Let's see, what do we want to do? I think I just want to bring Mother's Orders down 1. I think that's all I want to do. All right, and that's ready for next turn. I'm feeling a little bit better about the board state. I've got a lot of things in play here I can use. Yeah, I'm liking that. 1, 2, 3, 4 to draw. Got Pinpoint Strike available next turn. Never Back Down's a good defense, but we just don't need it right now with being an Alter Ego and such. All right, 1 threat goes here. He goes to Scheme, which means he just loses 1 of these. And then encounter card before turn 6. There's this. All right, so that's going to come with 1, 2, just 2. Just 2. All right, so if we go to Giant form, we could clear off a lot of threat. So I think that's the way to go. We're going to start with Nadia, going ahead and putting 2 things into the deck. Get Giant Help back in there. And I guess the other one will be Ever Vigilant. I guess I could put Ever Vigilant back in there. We haven't had the wings yet, so maybe that's not the best move, but it'll save us from an encounter card if it's the right amount of cards, right? All right, so if we go to Giant form and we use Giant Help, we're going to be in a good state. So yeah, let's do that. We'll go ahead, go to Giant form. Before we go any further, we're going to use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. There we go. All right, we're going to use... Did I want to heal before I went over? I forgot to think about that. I did mean to heal before going over. Sorry about that. I do want to use... Where is it? Where is it? I would love to get Red Room out there, but I think we're going to go Giant Help by exhausting Quinn Carrier, spending Pin Particles to do Giant Help. By spending Pin Particles, we do heal for 2 for being in Giant form. And then we can remove 4 threat from among schemes. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are gone. That's what I want to do. Now I want to get Red Room Training out there. Or do I want to go for Pinpoint Strike? He's only got 3 health left. No, I think I'll be better off with Red Room Training. Yeah, Red Room Training it is. But maybe instead of spending energy, I think I'll spend Ever Vigilant and Never Back Down. That'll clear up some room within my deck. At least that's the idea. And then hopefully next turn we can get him down 3 HP and then use Pinpoint Strike to follow it up. All right, let's ready it up. 3 cards to draw. There's that Helicarrier, so that's good news. That's going to help long term. 1 threat going here. He's going to attack. We're going to defend with multiple mans. That's 3. He gets 2 boost cards. Do I have? I don't. None of my defense cards keep being in my hand when I actually get attacked. So 3, 4, 5, 6 for sure, yep. And then he's going to go to the other state. He's going to Norman Osborn because of All in a Day's Work. Unfortunate, but that's the case. Encounter card before turn 7. All in a Day's Work, let's go put 2 more counters out there. 2 more. All right. Probably going to keep jumping back and forth on me, but I'm still feeling all right about how things are going. We'll start with Avengers Mansion, drawing a card. Rapid growth. That could help. Could use that to take him over to the other side again, but I'd lose 3 HP. Well, I could use Energy Barrier. I think that might be the way to go. So if we go... Just look at all my options. If we spend Ever Vigilant on Rapid Growth, so we get +2 to our attack, so that's 4 attack, which is going to take this down. Flipping him over again. He does 3 damage, right? With that 3 damage, we're going to block one of Energy Barrier, which does it right back at him. We'll block one of this, and I think, actually, we'll take the other 2. Yeah, we'll just take the other 2, going down to 8 HP. That's the way we're going to handle it. Now I have a choice. I can do Pinpoint Strike, or I could do Helicarrier. If I do Pinpoint Strike, we're going to have to deal with some other stuff. If I do Pinpoint Strike, I can only do 2 damage. That's not really much. I think we'll leave Helicarrier out there for now and deal with the rest on next turn. Oh, wait, no, I could still do Pinpoint Strike now I look at it. Because that would reduce it by 1, and this would do 2. It's tempting to take that 4 damage. We used Multiple Man. We could take him down to stage 3. Follow it up with Pinpoint Strike, which would do 7 damage to him. But I'd be in the open, right? I'd be down to 4 HP with only an electrostatic armor and retaliate from Red Room. So I don't think I'm going to do that. We'll save it for next turn. No reason to be too fast. The board state's going fine in our advantage here. We got another electrostatic, and then an Energy Barrier to put out next turn. Okay. One threat goes up here. He's going to attack. We're going to defend a Multiple Man, so that's 3. 4 damage. He's gone. As is, expected. Turn 8, encounter card. Guard Minion. Okay, I can work with that, because then I can go to Tiny Form and do some damage with Pinpoint Strike, which would be better. Okay. Can I actually do Pinpoint Strike? Yes, I can. Avengers Mansion draws a card. We're going to... did I defend last turn? I don't think so. No, we're fine. So we're going to go to Tiny Form. And with that Tiny Form, we're going to spend Helicarrier and Genius to do Pinpoint Strike. So we'll do 4 damage to this guy. And then that does overkill since we're in Tiny, so that's 3 damage to Green Goblin. Oh, wait, hold on. Go back. Going back. The reason I'm going back is because I meant to get Energy Barrier out there first. So spend 2 getting Energy Barrier out. Then follow that up with 1, 2, and spend 1 Pinpoint Strike for the other one. All right, that does 4 damage to him, getting rid of him. And since we're in Tiny Form, that does a damage, or hold on. Since that does a which follow happens first? That's a response. So first up, Pinpoint Strike happens. So Overkill, taking him down to stage 2, which does 4 indirect damage. So we're going to drop 1 back at him with Energy Barrier. I know there's a lot of things happening all at once here I have to keep track of. So Energy Barrier drops it back, so there's still 3 left. I think we'll take all 3 so we can defend with a Multiple Man next turn. So it drops us down to 5 HP. So we did that, right? We did all the Pinpoint Strike stuff. So now response after Wasp or an event you play defeats a minion or side scheme, deal 1 damage to the villain. So we did defeat Private Security Special, so that's another damage to Green Goblin. Okay. I don't think I have a way of playing another card. I can't generate another resource anywhere out here. I think we'll use a Night Nurse here just to get 1 HP back, get back into a comfortable zone. So we're getting pretty close to the end, I think. I'll save the last one for in case we get a stun status. Alright, so we have to draw one more card. And we are going to have to worry about threat next turn, because that's going up to 5 out of 7. Right. So it's a new encounter card for us. Alright. One threat goes on that main scheme. Goblin's going to attack for 4. We're going to defend with multiple man. It's our last offensive with him. 4, 5, and we're going to get rid of one of these tokens. He's gone. And then we have to do 2 encounter cards before turn 9. First up. No, he's back. The second one, 2 infamy, so he's going back as well. Alright, we can deal with that. We can work with this. There's a lot of good things going on here. I'm not too worried. We'll start with Avengers Mansion, drawing a card. I'm sorry. Thirsty. Alright, I think I want to just do Pinpoint Strike again. So, this reduces it by 1. This is 1. We'll spend a Wasp Sting to do Pinpoint Strike, doing 4 damage, 7 damage, 8 damage total. But it does get overkill, so that takes care of this, flipping him over again. Which I know is going to do, what, 4 indirect damage. We'll block 1 of Energy Barrier, bringing it down to 3 indirect damage. And yeah, we have to take the rest ourselves, bring us down to 3 HP. We defeated a minion. Yeah, we defeated a minion, so that's another damage to him with Wasp's ability. I think we have to do Giant Help the rest of this turn. So we will spend these 2 to do Giant Help. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. And I can't take his attack next turn. I have no allies out here. So we're going to go to Alter Ego mode. We're going to heal for 3. We're going to use Nadia's ability before ending our turn to get Pinpoint Strike back in there, along with Giant Help, because we might need both. I just can't depend that I'm going to have the defense cards I need once we shuffle this up and draw our new hand to survive the next turn at 3 health. I could have gotten the 4 of Night Nurse, but I am trying to save that. And we do have 2 counters on State of Madness. I'm hoping 3, 4, 5, that we can stay in Green Goblin mode. Oh, Preemptive Strike, we got that too, which would have been perfect. Oh well. Oh well. So, everything's up. 1 threat here. He's going to attack, scheme, but he loses this instead. And then before turn 10, encounter card, 2 infamy tokens, which is going to flip him again. So, can't keep anything under control here. Alright, well, we're going to use Nadia's ability to put 2 cards back. We'll put a multiple man back and a Wasp Sting back. Do we want to heal again? I think we do. I think we want to heal for 3, going up to 9. Yeah, so 9 it is. Alright. Not much I can do in this hand. So we'll go to... Looks like our best bet's going to be going to Giant Form, because at least then we'll get Retaliate 1. Use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. Another Pinpoint Strike. It's not when I want to see it. I think we'll do Giant Help here to remove 3 threat from a scheme. So that's just taken care of. I can't use rapid growth. I mean, I could use Pinpoint Strike and just send him over to the next side, but it would take a lot of damage for it. I don't have an ally right now. So it looks like we save this for next turn, but it's not a great hand. I guess we can save Preemptive Strike for this particular... Oh, no, he's in Norman form. So if I do that, I can't really use Preemptive Strike. So maybe the option is just use Pinpoint Strike in order to take him over, let him attack next turn. We can defend with Energy Barrier and Electrostatic Armor and Preemptive Strike. I think we'd be in a pretty... But if we go over, he'll also take us down to 5 HP. I think we have to live with that. I think that's what we have to do. So 1, 2, and we'll spend one of these Power of Protections for the third one to do Pinpoint Strike, which I know is a lot of damage to just flip him over. But I feel like that's what we have to do. He's going to do 4. We'll use Energy Barrier to reduce that to 3 and do 1 back at him. So that means we still take 3 damage, bringing us down to 6. And we drop for our new hand. All right, what are we looking at here? We've got Electrostatic Armor, we got Preemptive Strike, and we have our defense as Giant Wasp. So let's see what else we draw. Nothing else I can use. So that's it. That's what we got. 1 threat here. He's going to attack. We're definitely defending. So we defend for 3. He attacks for 4. 5 damage total. So that's 2 damage after this. Electrostatic Armor does 1 back at him. Wrong counter. And Red Room Training gives us Retaliate, which gives another 1 back at him. So again, that was 4, 5, 2 damage back to us. So we're at 4 HP. Oh, I wanted to use Preemptive Strike. That was the whole point. We're just going to backtrack a little bit to use Preemptive Strike, doing an extra 1 to him and healing 1 back from me. All right, that's better. And then we have an encounter card before turn 11. Attach to Beetle of Abel. If you cannot attach to the villain, they have +4 hit points. And there's no way to remove that, so that just is what it is now. That is what it is. Okay, we'll use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. Multiple Man. Okay, I can live with that. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gets Multiple Man out here along with all of his compatriots. His multiple friends. His multiple selves. Now we just go a little bit crazy with them. Okay, that's going to be better for our defense purposes too. So we'll use 1 just to clear off the main scheme, just to be safe. We'll use the other 2 to do 2 damage to Goblin himself. And then we'll just start defending, right? Okay. I can work with this. All right, we'll be able to heal with Pin Particles next turn. Oh, we got Never Back Down. When you defend against an attack, you get +2 defense for this attack. If you take no damage to stun the attacking enemy. That might be worth it over Multiple Man, but we'll see. 1 threat here. He's going to attack for 4. No, I think with 5 health, we pushed it enough. Defend a Multiple Man, so 4. 4 damage takes him out. And then before turn 12, encounter card. When revealed, place 2 additional threat here for each stunned friendly character. There are none right now, so it's just the 2. We're going to start with Avengers Mansion, drawing a card. There we go. We'll use these 2 here to get Energy Barrier out. That's better. I feel more comfortable with that happening. Let's see. We can use Rapid Growth to get +2. Or we use Giant Help to remove 4 threat from among schemes, which would end... well, actually, we can do that anyway with Rapid Growth, can't we? Okay, we'll spend pin particles on rapid growth, which gets us +2 to our thwart. And since we spent pin particles, we heal 2. So we get 4 thwart total, which is enough to clear off all of this. I could still also do giant help, but there's no thwart. There's no threat out there to deal with. So I think that's just the turn. All right, I'm feeling a little bit better. We got multiple man to defend twice. We have energy barrier back. We got never back down if I really want to push it. And ooh, Iron Fist coming up on deck. 1 threat here. He's going to attack. We're going to defend with multiple man, so that's 4. 5 and an infamy token. 5 takes out multiple man. And then before turn 13, encounter card. He's going to attack. Do I want to defend? I mean, it's tempting. He attacks for 4. I could stun him. But then I wouldn't be able to do... Oh, I'd still be able to do Iron Fist. Let's let him attack me. We're going to defend. He's attacking for 4. I'm going to spend Helicarrier here to use Never Back Down. And I'll use Quinn Carrier. No, I don't want to do that. Maybe I don't want to do this. Hold on. We're risking the... We may not get the stun, but if we do, we'll still survive it. We'll definitely survive it, so we'll do it. We'll go for Never Back Down. So 4 attack. We have right now 5 defense. So 4, 5, and an infamy token, of course. So he's doing 5, which we had exactly 5 defense anyway. So this just goes away, and he gets stunned. Because of electrostatic armor, that's 1 damage to him, which would take out the infamy token, I guess. And because of Red Room, that would hit Criminal Enterprise, which flips him back over to Goblin's side. Which, because he's now Goblin, we do 4 indirect damage, which will block 1 of Energy Barrier, get another one back at him. So that's 3 to go. 3 to go. I think we'll just take the 3, going down to 4 HP ourselves. Okay, that's what we're doing. And we'll follow it up with using Avengers Mansion on our turn here to draw a card. Desperate Defense would have been nice. Quinn Carrier. And I'm going to save Desperate Defense, I think. Spend these 3 to get Iron Fist out here. His 2 counters. I know he's already stunned, so we don't really want to use that right away. But for next turn, we're looking good. Got Iron Fist on deck. Multiple man to defend this turn. Feeling good. Here's Ever Vigilant, but I don't have my wings out still. I must keep spending them, or they're just not... I just missed them for some reason? I'm not sure. I know I spent them on the first way through the deck. 1 here. He's going to attack, but he's stunned. And then a counter card. Payoff. Okay. We'll definitely attack with Iron Fist. Essentially does 3 damage and stuns him, so he's at 8 health. Stunning Green Goblin. We can heal, but there's nothing I can spend it on. I have nothing in my hand I can use. Oh, Avengers Mansion to draw a card. There we go. Okay, so we'll spend Pin Particles and Ever Vigilant to get Wasp's Helmet out here. Since we spent Pin Particles, we can heal 2. I have a couple defensive actions here I can take, but we're going to defend a multiple man. But he's stunned anyway. But we have that backup if need be. We will go ahead and thwart with Wasp to clear off Payoff. And I think we got +1 thwart because we're in Giants. That's the 3rd one coming off Hostile Takeover. we're basically not in danger. It's just getting him down that last 8 HP. It's taking longer than I expected. Ant-Man, that's a good one. All right, one threat coming out. He attacks, but he's stunned. And then an encounter card for turn 15. Green Goblin attacks the hero with the fewest hit points remaining. If no attack was made, he's going to attack. We defend the multiple man, so that's 4. Or hold on, maybe I don't want to. Maybe I want to actually go at him with Preemptive Strike and Desperate Defense. That's exactly what I want to do. We're going to defend with Wasp. We're going to use Helicarrier and Quinn Carrier to spend Desperate Defense. Hold on. We'll spend Helicarrier and Desperate Defense. We'll hold on Preemptive Strike to see what we draw. So he's attacking for 4. 5. We'll definitely use Quinn Carrier to do Preemptive Strike right back at him, bring him down to 7 HP. So that's 4 coming at us, and we successfully defended because we have 5 HP, or 5 defense, so that's the end of that. Feeling good about it. Feeling good about it. So he's at, where was he? At 7. That was our encounter card, so it is our turn again. Start with Avengers Mansion, drawing a card. Follow that up, we'll use Iron Fist, finish him up, stun him again. 3 damage, bring him down to 4. I think I want to get Ant-Man out there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be over real soon. Because Ant-Man's going to attack for 3 because I'm in giant form, bringing him down to 1. And then I guess I could just attack, or I could try and clear the scheme and go for the next turn. I think I'm going to clear the scheme and then defend during the villain turn and let him get taken out by electrostatic armor or something. So yeah, we'll thwart to clear this off. Ready everything up. Just for fun. Oh wait, it's gonna be extra encounter cards. We're not gonna make it to the encounter card phase. I'm not worried about that. We just gotta get through 1 HP. Oh wait, we have to do extra encounter cards. So he won't attack because he's stunned. You know what? No. Forget that. Put the 2 threat back here. We're just gonna safely end this. Take out his 1 HP with our 2 attack here and end it there. That's the end of our first attempt. It took 15 turns, so it's not a quick game. I had quicker games in my practice ones, but he flipped back and forth quite a few times. But that's not unreasonable, right? It's Green Goblin. That's how it works. So I'm going to clean up, submit my results here, and I'll be right back for our second attempt. See you soon. All right, we are just about set up here, I think. I think everything's looking good. So first attempt went well. I made a few early mistakes, I think, that made it go a little long. Took some chances. And yeah, we ended with 15 turns, which is a long game for sure. No denying that, but we did win. So I still believe that my deck is going to hold out. I probably relied on allies a little too much. I had things like electrostatic armor that just wasn't being touched. So I kind of had like emergency routes in case I lost on my allies. Or maybe I need to lean into it a bit more and use less of the allies. But I just really like using multiple man to defend against the 3 next turns. That's just hard for me to say no to. Let's see what we got in our first hand. If you're just joining us, this is for the Solo Champions League. If you're not sure what that is, it is a semi-competitive way of playing Marvel Champions. Basically, Marvel Champions is not a competitive game, right? It's cooperative. This just takes that and it kind of gives you a score based on how well you did. The how well you did is kind of just a metric measured by the citizens of the city. So it's how much threat was left in the main scheme, how much health the villain had, how much health you had. So it's kind of like a rating that the citizens give you as you play, and that's what the Solo Champions League is. Check out the link below if you want to learn more, or just jump in today. All right, so Ever Vigilant. You know, I haven't used it much because we didn't even see the wings last game. I mean, we saw them, but we just kept spending them. We didn't get to use them on the board. So with that in mind, we're going to definitely discard that. And we're going to get rid of Giant Help as well. The rest of it can stay here this turn. So we'll use Nadia's ability to shuffle those back into our deck because they're both cards we want later. Just don't need them right now. I'm going to get 2 more cards out for the ones we discarded. Multiple man. First turn. Okay, so we can use multiple man to get him over to get him over to Goblin without having to take that damage. So that's the way we're going to go about this. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 4 to get multiple man out there. Using that, we will be able to. Where are you? Come on, God. Where are you? Yeah, he was close to the top, so we would have been actually hurting if we didn't do it. At least wasting them, I should say. And before we shuffle my deck, I'm just going to use... Oh, we already used Nadia's ability, so we can't use it again, obviously. But if we stay in Alter Ego, we could use it next turn, which would be interesting, I think. Okay. So with that in mind, let's see. We're going to use Multiple Man here to take this out, which flips him over. We're not in hero mode, so there is no indirect damage to take. Then we use the third one, and we'll use that Hostile Takeover. Start keeping that low. And I'm not going to use Nadia. I'm going to just stay in Alter Ego mode so we can get 6 cards again. Ooh, we got Ant-Man here. Helicarrier. We got some good options. Okay, so 1 threat in the main scheme. He's going to scheme, but loses that instead. And before turn 2, we have an encounter card. Ooh, give the villain a face-down boost card or 2 infamy counters. We're going to give him the boost card. I don't want him to go back already. Maybe that's silly, but that's how I feel. Okay. I do want Ant-Man out there, but I think Multiple Man's the way to go for now. We will spend Power of Protection to get Energy Barrier out here. But that's 3 counters on it. Wrong card. And then I won't do the other one. I'll use Nadia's ability real quick. We'll go ahead and shuffle Genius back into our deck with Nadia's ability. Go ahead and go to, let's say, Tiny Form. Yeah, Tiny Form. Spend 1, 2, 3 to get Helicarrier out here, which allows us to draw a card because we're in Tiny Form. Never back down, okay. And then we can attack for 1. We'll do that 1 damage to Hired Gun here. That's not damage. That's damage. All right. Pinpoint Strike. If we can keep him in Goblin form, we can do some damage this turn. Yeah. All right. One threat in the main scheme. He's going to attack. We defend a multiple man. He gets 2 boost cards. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And of course, he's going to go away. That is the name of the game right now, it seems. All right. Then we get attacked by Hired Gun, which is 2. We'll just take that to go down to 9. Then we will go into an encounter card before turn 3. He's going to attack, which just adds a counter right now because he's Norman Osborn. Okay. We stay in Tiny, we can draw a card. Yeah, we're going to spend Pin Particles and Pinpoint Strike to get another energy barrier on the board. Start building those up for when Multiple Man is gone. And since we spent the Pin Particles, we get to draw a card. There we go. We'll spend these 2 to get Biosynthetic Wings out here, which will allow us to start using Ever Vigilant, which is what it's there for, right? We will use Wasp real quick to... Hold on. We spent Never Back Down and Pinpoint Strike. Instead of that, we'll use Helicarrier so we can keep the Pinpoint Strike. And then we'll use Wasp's ability real quick, basic attack, to just do 1 damage to Hired Gun. Ready up. Get ready. Here we go. Okay. 1 threat goes on that main scheme. He's going to attack, which is just this. And oh, he also attacks for 2. For him, we will just do the 2 damage with energy barriers, which will just take it, or we'll do 1 damage of energy barrier, which will finish him off. We'll have to take the other damage, I think, and we'll use that. I could use the other energy barrier to stop me from getting it, but what's the point if I can't deflect it at someone else? Okay. Oh, wait, no, I can use Biosynthetic Wings to block that. I can exhaust this. There we go. And then before turn 4, encounter card, he's going to scheme. That's no good for us. That's really not good for us. So it's 2 and an infinity counter on top of that. Okay, so 2. This up there, take 3 off, which means we're at 6 of 7. So we have to do something about that, don't we? Nothing in my hand's going to allow that, though. Of course. I think we have to, for sure, go up to Giant form and thwart for 2. At least get some kind of control on that. We're going to spend our other 4 here to get Avengers Mansion here, and we will use it to draw a card. Get energy, that's good for next turn. Ready everything up. Okay, that's a little better. It's a little better. Next turn here, we're looking at a Rapid Growth, which could be helpful up there. Iron Fist is probably the way I'll go, though. 1 threat in the main scheme. He goes to attack, which just adds a counter. And then before turn 5 encounter card, Scorpion attacks. No attacks, nothing attacks, and we get stunned. Okay. Use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. Reduce a cost by 1. 2, 3, and 4 to get, nope, Iron Fist out there. We're going to use him right away. Doing 3 up here and stunning him. Got to get him under control up there. And we'll spend our other 2 to get Red Room out here, because that's going to be really important for us. And we will thwart again, getting this down 2 more. All right, now we're starting to get a handle on things. Nothing's escaping us. There we go. Night Nurse is going to be necessary, so we can get rid of the stun card. Ever Vigilant for the main scheme. All good news. One threat here, no longer stunned, and counter card. 2 infamy counters. So much for getting things under control, right? Well, we'll start by using Iron Fist, which will stun him again and do 3 damage. Just kind of breaking even with where we were. We will spend Helicarrier to get Night Nurse out here. I'm just going to put 2 on it because we're going to use it right away to heal 1 and get rid of this stun status. Let's use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. Okay, yeah, I think it's time. So we will attack Norman for 2. Clears this off. He goes over to the other side to Green Goblin, which does do 3 indirect damage, but we're going to block that energy barrier, at least 2 of them, doing 2 more damage to him. And I have 1 indirect damage coming in. We'll just take that one. Now I want to use Strength on Ever Vigilant to take 2 threat off of this scheme, and then ready my hero up. And we'll use the other 2 to get Wasp's helmet out here. Really getting all the resources we can out here. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. Now, Wasp is at full here, so with our helmet, we do get +1 thwart, so if I'll just do the... I haven't gone to Tiny yet. If I go to Tiny, I can get 2 attack only, so that's probably not enough. We'll just do the attack of 2, bring him down to 10. We can do 3 thwart next turn on the main scheme. All right, get through this turn, and then we're going to have to deal with some extra stuff. So we got Ever Vigilant ready. That's good. 1 threat in the main scheme. He goes to attack, but he's stunned. And before turn 7, encounter card. He schemes, which gets rid of 1 of these. Okay. We'll start off with Avengers Mansion drawing a card for us. Electrostatic Armor. I do want that out there. In fact, we'll use Helicarrier to get it out there. That's what that's going to do. I've got some Ever Vigilance. How to use them, though. First of all, we're going to attack for 2, bringing him down to 8. Then I'm going to spend Power Protection on Ever Vigilant, taking 2 threat off here, readying up. Oh, I could do Rapid Growth again. I think that might be the way to go. I could spend the Ever Vigilant, but I think it might be good to have that next turn. So I will spend the bonus here. We'll get +2 to our attack, so that's attack of 2, 4, 4. Just 4. Okay, bring him down to 4. Okay, we got to keep this Ever Vigilant. We have to shuffle things up to draw our new hand, which means a new encounter card, so 2 encounter cards coming up, but I'm okay with that because look at this board. That's a full set of things. That's a full set of upgrades and allies and support cards. That's really good. We got multiple mana to defend with, Night Nurse to get rid of any stuns we get, and then Electrostatic Armor and Energy Barriers are ready once these allies start dwindling. Oh man, we got Preemptive Strike. All right, our entire hand right now is based on defending, so I think we are just not going to worry about using our allies, and instead let him attack, get him to that next stage if possible. 1 threat going there. He's going to attack. We defend. We defend for 3, and I'm going to spend... We'll spend Helicarrier on Never Back Down. So that gives us +2 defense, and if we succeed, if we take no damage, we will stun him. And I will save Preemptive Strike to see what happens here. So it is 3 attack, 4-5 attack total. I will use Preemptive Strike to do 2 damage to him, bringing him down to 2 HP. So that was then 3 attack, which was enough to stun him with Never Back Down. And we didn't take any damage, so there's that. But we have Electrostatic Armor and Red Room Training to do 2 damage to him each with the Retaliate and the response of Electrostatic Armor. So that takes him over to stage 2. He's still stunned. And when he's revealed, he does do 4 indirect damage. So he does do 4 damage now. We'll use these energy barriers to direct 2 of it back at him. So now he does 2 damage left over. I think we'll just take that and go down to 7. Now, I don't want to get too self-assured here. We do have 2 encounter cards to deal with before turn 8. Oh, we have to get rid of an upgrade, huh? Upgrade or support. I don't want to drop the wings. I think we'll drop the helmet, if anything. Okay, next. There it is. Collapse Bridge. Gets 2 threat on it. If we go to tiny form, we'll be able to do some damage for that. All right. We survived, right? We will use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. Giant, we can remove 4 threat from among schemes if we do. Okay, I was going to do Ever Vigilant, but I think we'll just use Giant Help to remove 4 threat among schemes to get rid of all of this. Goodbye. All of this stuff is still here and available to defend us as needed, but just hasn't been needed because we keep having the hands that deal with that ourselves. Got another Ever Vigilant for next turn. Ant-Man to replace one of these guys. Wasp Sting, so a few options. 1, he goes to attack, but he's stunned. Encounter card before turn 9. Really enjoying this. Ooh, okay. So we have to exhaust Nadia or discard each card with a science resource from your hand and take 1 damage. I'll go over and I'll exhaust Nadia. That's okay. We can live with this because we will follow that up with our turn using Nadia to put 2 cards back into our deck. So that'll be Giant Help and Ever Vigilant, it looks like. Not sure. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear that. There's someone just honking a horn outside. Okay. So we'd use Nadia's ability. I think we want to go into Giant form next. Yeah, let's go to Giant form. We're still exhausted, but we are Giant form. Use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. We will spend Power of Protection to Ever Vigilant, which I know only removes 1 threat, but it does ready us up. And then I think we'll use Iron Fist here to do 2 more damage to Green Goblin, but that is the last 2 that Iron Fist can do. And then we'll follow that up with Helicarrier to 1, 2, 3, Ant-Man into play. Ant-Man attacks for 3, bringing him down to 11, taking a damage himself. And then we'll attack ourselves for 2 damage here. Bring him down to 9. He's in single digits now, folks. As long as we can keep him in Goblin form, we're well on our way to ending this. Now, as far as defense is concerned, we have Electrostatic Armor, Energy Barrier, and Red Room Training. So we could do 3 damage to him this turn with that. Anything in our hand? We do have Never Back Down to stun him, and that's always fun. So we may use Never... I think we will actually end up using Never Back Down, and that will just about finish the game because we'll have Pinpoint Strike next turn. So 1 threat in the main scheme. He's going to attack for 4. We are going to defend. We'll use Helicarrier to use Never Back Down. I don't think that... Okay, yeah, with all this stuff, we should be good. So he attacks for 4 plus a boost card. 5. And Criminal Enterprise. 5 and Criminal Enterprise. Okay, so he attacked for 5. But we defended for 5. So we take no damage, and he is stunned. Criminal Enterprise. It had to be that one, didn't it? Oh well. We can work with it. Well, actually, no. That still triggers Electrostatic Armor and Red Room Training. So that's still 2 damage to him. Which brings him right back as Green Goblin, which is now, again, 4 indirect damage, which will block 1 of Energy Barrier here, leaving 3 indirect damage. I think we'll just give him both multiple mans here. And take the 3rd one ourselves. And that's where all 3 of that indirect damage will go. Alright, we're going to follow this up with drawing a card with Avengers Mansion. Wait, did we do an encounter card? I don't think we did. I think we just did the attack. Yeah, we didn't do an encounter card. So, turn 10. Oh, guard minion, of course. That's okay. We've got Pinpoint Strike that we can use. Avengers Mansion draws a card. 2 Pinpoint Strikes, in fact. We're going to... We'll spend 1, 2, 3 on this pinpoint. We have to go down the tiny form first, sorry. Then use Pinpoint Strike, doing 8 damage, basically. So 4 here, and then 4 more to him. We will use Strength here to use Ever Vigilant, clearing off this scheme, readying up. And then we'll do 3 damage with Ant-Man. Heal ourselves up for 1 with the Night Nurse over here. And then 1 last damage from Wasp herself, ending our 2nd attempt. This one in only 10 turns, so that's much better than 15. Made a few better choices this game. I will clean this up, set up our 3rd attempt, and be right back to talk to you more. Bye. All right, we are back for our third and final attempt here. Again, this is for the Solo Champions League. It's a fun league I run where people can do a semi-competitive turn through Marvel Champions. So I say semi-competitive, but really the main focus of the league, or the thing that I really like about it, is it's a bunch of players supporting each other, right? So because there's this competitive nature to it, there's this optimization attempt at this optimization style of playing the game, of like trying to clear everything off and having a perfect game, even though the game just ends if you beat the villain, right? The idea of optimizing that tends to really focus decks down and make some interesting choices based on what you're given, right? The heroes you're given, or the aspects that you have available to you. So it makes for some really unique decks and some interesting matchups, because I'm trying to, at some point, hit up every possible villain plus module. We'll see if that ever happens. They keep adding more. We'll see. So because of those random unique effects, there's a lot within the league that you can look at. You can look at high scoring players and say, what did they do, and learn things about the game. See what they do, see what deck building things you haven't really looked into, and learn what works best for you. It's a really fun way of playing the game, I think, and I think other people like it too, I'd say, considering how many people are in it. If you want to support those efforts, if you enjoy the videos or the leagues, whatever that brought you here today, there's a few things you can check out. You can check out the Etsy store, where we have things like we've got a sticker and a pin, which I'm really proud of. I think the pin came out super cool. Ta-da! I keep one on my backpack. And this sticker. Those are available on the Etsy store to anyone at any time, as well as the official league mat, which you see below here. Now, if you join the Patreon, you get a few things. One, you actually get round updates, so you get to see the next round's information before anyone else. You also, sorry, I keep shuffling. I just keep shuffling. You also get a special members only round between seasons, as well as results updates throughout a round. Finally, if you join at the hero level, you actually unlock physical rewards. So the longer you stay within the hero level, you get things like the sticker, the pin, and the playmat shipped to your house as part of your rewards. So definitely worth checking out if that's something you're interested in. I do want to thank our 4 most recent patrons. We've got Hayabusa. Thank you, Hayabusa. Daijoso, Dat Wheezy, and Soda Cracker. Now, all 4 of you are members of the Solo Champion League. I think Hayabusa's been with us the longest of the 4 of you. The rest of you are all relatively new, and I'm really glad you're enjoying yourselves enough that you considered supporting. So thank you for checking it out. I hope you really are enjoying the start of Season 10, and I hope you stick around for Season 11 and beyond. So let's get started. We got our third and final attempt here. The first 2 went really smoothly. 15 rounds on the first game, 10 rounds on the second. I think we'll probably be in the middle, if I'm being honest with myself, for this third and final attempt. All right, so, ooh, that's a lot of Wasp's cards. So we're not going to use Pinpoint Strike this turn. And I'm not going to use Wasp Sting. Ant-Man's definitely an option, though. So what we'll do is, I think we'll stop there, right? No, we'll drop Giant Help also. All right, we'll keep these 3, drawing 3 new cards for that mulligan. Oh, we got Multiple Man and Wasp's Helmet, so that's going to be probably the same strategy we used last game, because that got us there in 10 turns. We'll go ahead and shuffle 2 of these back in. That'll be Pinpoint Strike and Giant Help. That was shuffling back in via Nadia Van Dyne's ability. So I'm thinking that we go Multiple Man again and use him to stay in Alter Ego, get him over to get him over to Goblin, and yeah, stay alive longer, right? I think we're going to have to spend Red Room and Wasp's Helmet to make that happen, though. Because I want to save Pin Particles for when we can actually gain something from it. Maybe we'll spend Ant-Man. So 2, 3, and we'll drop the Helmet, because we're really going to need that Red Room training when it comes to defending against attacks. Getting that retaliate is really useful. So we will get 2 more copies of Multiple Man out here. I see a lot of chat in the Discord. Discord's also a big part of the league. Check it out if you're not a member already. About people not liking Multiple Man. I think I'm pretty sure since he came out, I've put him in every protection deck and used him basically the same way. And it works every time. I really enjoy it. Nadia has an even better use of him because if he ends up like with 1 copy in your discard pile because he used it as a resource, you use Nadia to get him back inside your deck, and then you can use him later. It's really good. I really like it. So we will use 2 of these to take him over to Goblin side. And with the 3rd one, we'll go ahead and take 1 threat off the main scheme. And then Nadia is going to stay Nadia. We're not going to switch over. Idea being, larger deck for next turn. Hopefully get Red Room out there. Yeah, I'm happy about that. Ooh, Avengers Mansion might actually trump Red Room. We'll see. 1 threat in the main scheme. He goes to attack. Oh, no, he goes to thwart. Sorry, he goes to scheme, which means we just lose one of these counters. And then an encounter card before turn 2. Ooh, he's just going right back. So we didn't get to do any damage to him. Oh, wait. Oh, well. We still get to use these guys as defense, though. So I'm going to take that as a win still. So maybe we don't want to switch over, right? Maybe we want to just use them to get him back over there again. Is that crazy? Maybe we use 2 multiple mans, right, to switch him over. And we... Ooh, do I want to do... That's tempting. Okay, we're going to use Nadia's ability to shuffle Wasp Sting back into this deck so that that's available later when we need it. And yeah, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to... maybe not. We will switch to Giant form. No, not yet. Hold on. Stay here. Use 2 multiple mans. This might be crazy. This might be the craziest idea. To take him over to Goblin again. No indirect damage because there's no one in hero form. Then we go to Giant form real quick. And we spend... No, we go to Tiny form. Sorry, we're going to Tiny form, yeah. So that we can spend 1, 2, 3, and 4 to get Avengers Mansion out here. Use it to draw a card. All right, I don't know if this was worth it. We're going to find out later, I think. But we will do 1 thwart to take that down. Just keep it under control so I don't get over to the extra encounter card phase. 2, 3, 4, 5. Get electrostatic armor out next turn, so that's good. 1 threat in the main scheme. He's going to attack. Multiple man defends. 3, 4 damage to multiple man. He's gone. Now we're actually kind of in the open, which I'm not happy about. Gang up. He's attacking again. So he's going to attack for 3. We've got Preemptive Strike and Never Back Down, right? So we're going to real quick use Pin Particles on Never Back Down and defend against this. And that Pin Particles allows us to draw a card because we're in Tiny form. So he's attacking for 3 with a boost card. 4, which does no damage to us with Never Back Down, so he is now stunned. And in fact, let's actually use... Now, I'm not going to use the Preemptive Strike. I could, but I think we're going to keep what we have here instead. So, okay, that's good. That's good. Avengers Mansion draws a card. We're going to spend Ever Vigilant, getting electrostatic armor out here for defense purposes. Put it over here just so I remember where it is. You have anything like that where you like have specific spots cards go in your head? Or else you lose track of them? Red Room will come on out. And everything will ready up again. He's stunned, so we should be okay. But we're starting to get there. Electrostatic armor, Red Room. Do I want to go to Giant form? Yeah, before our turn ends, we go to giant form. 1 threat in the main scheme. He goes to attack, but he's stunned. And counter card before turn 4. We're going to give him the extra boost card instead of the counter. Okay. Avengers Mansion draws a card. I do want to get these wings out here if possible. But, oh, that's an option too. Okay, we'll do Pinpoint Strike and Helicarrier, I think. Yeah. Okay, we can do that. 1, 2, 3. We do have to go to tiny form to make that happen. At that 3, we get Helicarrier out. We're going to attack. Now we'll thwart for 2. Go to tiny form. And then using Helicarrier and spending these 2, we'll do Pinpoint Strike, which does 8 damage. 3 here, 5 to Goblin. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Maybe I'm too overconfident because I don't have the allies right now that I would rather have. But that's what we're doing. Okay. Hopefully we get some of those defense cards in our hand because we're in a bit of a dangerous situation. Not too dangerous. I mean, we're at full health, right? Health is a resource. Let's use it. We have Preemptive Strike at our disposal. That's good. Okay, I'm feeling good about that. With having Preemptive Strike, I'm not as worried about it. 1 threat here. He's going to attack. He does get 2 boost cards, so we're definitely going to defend. And we're probably going to use Preemptive Strike depending on what comes out. So, 3. There's 2 boost cards to do, so the first one, 4. We're going to maybe on the next one. 5. So we still do. We'll use this on Preemptive Strike, doing 1 damage to him. He did, again, 3, 4 total then. We defended for 2. So that's 2 damage to us. We'll take it, obviously. And Electrostatic Armor will do 1 damage right back at him. Unfortunately, Red Room doesn't because we're not in giant form. Okay. So that was that attack. So we still have to do an encounter card. Payoff. It's 2 threats. And it's impending extra encounter cards. Avengers Mansion draws a card for us. This is a pretty easy choice for me. It's definitely going to be Iron Fist. Got to get him out there, start defending against, start getting those stuns on him. So we're going to use 1 right away, doing 3 damage to him and stunning him. You're stunned. Now we do have to do extra encounter cards now because of our threat there, which I don't like that. Don't like that. Let's see what we get in our hand. Do I want to go to giant form? Yeah, we're going to go to giant form before the turn ends. I didn't see my hand yet, so nothing really changed there. Energy Barrier would be good to get out. Never Back Down is good to use, and the Night Nurse is definitely good to get out. All right, 1 threat on the main scheme. Goes to attack, but he's stunned. And then we have to do 2 encounter cards before turn 6. First up. Another one. Okay. Another side scheme. So I really need to get that card that gets rid of schemes. That one, the thwarting card for Wasp, whatever it's called. And he's going over to Norman. Okay, so we are switching things up again. That's okay. We can work with that. Okay. I think we really have to do some thwarting, but I don't have anything special about that. I think this is going to be worse than the boost. We'll use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. Hey, we can use Rapid Growth. Do 4 thwart and get rid of both. That's what we do. Helicarrier for Rapid Growth. Get rid of both, please. Okay, we'll spend this here to get energy barrier out. We're going to need that to start defending against things. And I'm going to spend... I'm going to spend this Never Back Down to get Night Nurse out here for 3 counters on her. 9 health, not 19. Ready everything up. So now we've got a little bit of wiggle room here. We've got Iron Fist and can do 1 more attack, but I do want to get him down 1 first. 3, 4. Yeah, it's perfect. We do get 2 encounter cards this turn, which is not perfect. We have giant help though, which is good because I do want to get rid of that threat if possible. Do I have any of my defensive cards here? I don't. None of my defensive cards, so we'll see what happens. 1 threat in the main scheme. For attacking, he just gets an extra counter. And before turn 7, 2 encounter cards. First up. 2 more counters going up here. And next up, he's coming out. We'll give him an extra boost card. There's enough counters up there to spare. Okay. Not great. We'll start with Iron Fist. Doing 3 damage up here and stunning him. Use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. We're going to use Strength here on Giant Help, removing 4 threat from a scheme, which clears this off. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3 to get Quinn Carrier out here for, again, future turn needs. And then we'll attack for 2 against Hired Gun. And ready everything up, get ready for next turn. So I'm trying to set up is using Energy Barrier to finish off Hired Gun. In fact, let's go down to a tiny version before the turn ends so that we get the bonus from that. We don't have our wings on, so we can't really use Ever Vigilant yet. 1 threat in the main scheme. He goes to attack, but he's stunned. He attacks for 2. We'll take it, but Energy Barrier is going to block 1 right back at him, finishing him off. Let me take 1. So after a Wasp or an event you play, is Energy Barrier not... Oh, I guess Energy Barrier is not an event, so that wouldn't actually trigger. That's unfortunate. Why isn't it specifically an event? That's strange. That is strange. Okay. That's too bad. We do have to do 2 encounter cards before turn 8. Go down to Nadia and exhaust her. Remove that from the game. Next up, this guard minion. Okay. We're going to start with Nadia using... No, not yet. I'm not going to start with Nadia. Actually, I think I kind of have to, don't I? I was hoping that I could use Pinpoint Strike and then shuffle it back in. But I can't because I have to be Nadia to do this. So we will use Nadia to shuffle these 2 back in, the 2 copies of Giant Help. Because we're going to have threat issues later anyway, so why not? How to deal with this? I think we want to go to tiny form. Still exhausted, obviously. Avengers Mansion draws a card. All right, we want to spend 1, 2, 3 on Pinpoint Strike. Since we did that, we get to draw a card because we used pinpoint. We used pin particles. That will do 4 damage here. The following 4 damage will go up here, which will take him over to the other side. And we have what? 3 indirect damage. Block 1 of energy barrier, so it goes right back at him. That's 2 more coming at us. I think we just take that. Going down to 6. Okay. If I could get him over to the next stage, we do have another Pinpoint Strike. But I don't think I have any way of doing it. What can I do? I could use Iron Fist, but then I don't have him for defense, and I think I need him because we're about to lose our energy barrier, so we should save that a little bit. Maybe we just use Pinpoint Strike anyway in an attempt to get some fresh cards in our deck, and also we'll get another one back. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll do 1, 2, 3. That's going to clear him off by when he's revealed, he does 4 indirect damage, 1 to this. So that's 3 indirect damage, bringing him down to 17 right away. So 3 indirect damage. We'll take all 3 ourselves, bring us down to 3. We're going to use a Night Nurse to bring us back up to 4 at least. I can't use Rapid Growth even though I have Helicarrier, so we ready everything up. Do we want to go to Giant Size? No, we can't. We started in Alter Ego, so we can't. Actually, no, we can't. Impossible. Multiple Man, we could get him out there after defending of Iron Fist this turn, and then we'd be in a pretty good position. Okay, right up to the end of the game, it seems. So 1 threat here. He's going to attack. We defend with Iron Fist. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. Man. Goodbye, Iron Fist. And then before turn 9, encounter card. Guard Minion. All right, Avengers Mansion draws a card. 1, 2, 3, and a Rapid Growth for 4. Gets multiple man out here. All 3 copies of them because they're all in this deck. And since I spent Pin Particles on that, we get to draw another card. Draw that card. Another Never Back Down. So you have 2 Never Back Downs, a Biosynthetic Suit. All right, I'm going to spend... What? I really do want to get the Biosynthetic Suit out there so we can start using Ever Vigilance. That does help quite a bit. Rapid Growth, though, is also a good option. So I think we're going to spend 1 Never Back Down to do Rapid Growth, going to Giant Form. Using that to attack for 4, getting rid of this guy. And then use our multiple mans, or use 2 of them to clear this off. And 1 of them to do a damage to Green Goblin. Yeah, I think that's all I got. Got Never Back Down, but I'm not going to use it this turn. We're going to defend a multiple man instead, and we should be all set. We're getting there. We're getting down to the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We got Ever Vigilant. If we can get the Biosynthetic Suit out there, we can use that. Okay, so 1 threat in the main scheme. He goes to attack. Multiple man defends. That's an attack of 4. Total 4. Gets rid of multiple man. And then encounter card before turn 10. Now we won our second game on turn 10, but I don't think it's this turn because we're getting Shadows of the Past. Beetle's out. Mother's Orders is out, and the rest of this is getting shuffled in. So, not the best, right? No one wants that to happen, I hope. All right. Avengers Mansion draws a card. These 2 are going to be used to get Biosynthetic Suit out here. And then then we use Wasp here to... Maybe we don't want to do that. Kind of have to. Sorry, I'm just looking at my options, and... Okay, we're going to do Wasp Sting. To do, if I'm Giant Hero form, I do 4 damage, which does take care of Beetle. Now, I'm not going to spend the extra resource, so she is going to get shuffled back in, so she can come back up. Now I'm going to attack with Wasp to do 2 damage to Green Goblin. And then I use Power... Oh, wait, what? No, where did Ever Vigilant go? I meant to spend that. I meant to keep Ever Vigilant for this purpose. Spend that too. Getting rid of this. Oh, wait, I didn't get to spend the resource to do that. Hold on. I wanted to keep Ever Vigilant. So if I do 2 attack, I can't do that. I guess what we'll do then is just thwart, so we can still ready up. When I do Ever Vigilant ready up, I mean. And then we'll attack for 2, bringing them down to 14. Okay. Feeling good, feeling good. All 3 of these in play is super important, it seems. Multiple mans to defend is nice, but it's not necessary because I have a lot of other defending options. In fact, sometimes I'll skip it, right? Like Preemptive Strike might be enough for me to say, let's just take it. Because we're in Giant form, which means we have Electrostatic Armor and the Red Room doing 2 damage to him. This would hit him back. It might be tempting, but I think this will be a multiple man turn again. 1 threat here. He goes to attack. Multiple man defends for 4, 5, 6. He's gone. And then before turn 11, encounter card. There's that Private Security Specialist always coming back. Never gone for long, is he? He's good at his job, I guess. Avengers Mansion draws a card. And there's our Pinpoint Strike. So if we can go down to Tiny form, we can do a lot. So we'll go to Tiny form. Spend 1, 2, and this to do Pinpoint Strike. That does 4 damage here, 4 damage to Goblin. I'm going to spend Preemptive Strike and Giant Help to get Giant Help. So that means we switch to Giant form. Oh, sorry, that's not the one I thought it was. I thought it was the one that gives me +2. That's not what I want to do. That's too bad, because then I don't really want to do any of this. I thought it was one that gives me +2 to my attack, which I really wanted to do. Well, instead we'll just do... I don't have the helmet, so I can only do 1 thwart, I guess. And then... I think I'm going to actually just discard a Giant Help before drawing cards. Don't really need 2 of them. Threat's kind of under control as it is. Got 2 Preemptive Strikes. But we're going to stick to using Multiple Man to defend. 1 threat here. He goes to attack. 4, 5. Goodbye, Multiple Man. And then before turn 12, encounter card. He's attacking, so that's all right. Well, everything's got to ready up. What am I doing? Wasp is going to defend. For 2, we're going to spend a Preemptive Strike on a Preemptive Strike, most likely. It depends on what comes up. But he's attacking for 4. Ooh, nothing there. So with that 4, we can block 1 with this, but that still is 3 damage to us, bringing us down to 1. And we do 1 damage back to him with Electrostatic Armor, bringing him down to 9. So not great. We might actually have to switch over and heal, which might flip him at some point, but it seems like something we really need to do. All right, use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. 2, 3, 4 here, gets Ant-Man out. Oh wait, go back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Forgot. Oh wait, no, that's fine. Then we'll spend these 2 to get Wasp's helmet out. And then I'm actually going to go to Alter Ego form, and before we end our turn, use her ability to put 2 blue cards into our decks. That's going to be Pinpoint Strike and Genius. Pretty much guaranteeing I have those available to me. Is Genius not in here? Is it still in the deck? Is it one of these last 2 cards or whatever? I don't see it. All right, there's Strength and Energy. Yeah, I don't see Genius, so it must be one of those last 2 cards. So I can put a different card, maybe another copy of Pinpoint Strike, right? Just double down and then do a bunch of damage. Shuffle those in. We're going to have some extra encounter cards, so we're probably going to have to take care of him flipping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, we're going to have extra encounter cards. Got to shuffle this up. Okay, so we have some options, it seems. Ready everyone up for next turn. 2 encounter cards does worry me. Not because I'm going to lose, but just because it's going to make it a little bit longer. All right, 1 threat in the main scheme. He's going to scheme, which means he just loses this. And then 2 encounter cards before turn 13. So first up, ooh, Beetle's back. Next up, discard the top card of your deck for each infamy counter on Criminal Enterprise. So it's just 1. Oh, there's no infamy counters. Oh, sorry, he's Green Goblin. Green Goblin attacks the hero with the fewest hit points. So he's going to attack, which does get rid of this. So he does go back down to that. And that's kind of what we expected, right? At least I feel like that's what I expected. Heal for 3, going up to 4. Can I get an ally out there or something to deal with Beetle? We can spend Genius to get Energy Barrier on the board with its 3 counters. So there's that. Rest of it, not so great for us. Okay, we go to Giant form. Maybe we don't go to Giant form. Maybe we go actually to Tiny form. Oh no, man, that's risky. Hold on. We are exhausted, and we are Nadia Van Dyne. So I could do Pinpoint Strike. If I go to Tiny form, he's going to flip, and he's going to do 4 damage, which I have to take 3 of, which is going to basically kill me. So I can't really do that. I think I kind of have to let him go another turn. We will thwart of Ant-Man this turn to take control of that a little bit. And we'll use Nadia's ability to shuffle this back into the deck, get that resource back in there. But yeah, I think we have to stay as Nadia this turn. 2 turns in a row makes me nervous. All right, so 1 threat goes on the main scheme. She's going to scheme for 2, 3 and a boost, 4 total. So that's 5 out of 7. Then we have an encounter card before turn 14. Oh, he schemes. He's going over. Okay, so that's 2. Plays an infamy counter. That 2 is enough to put us over. And we now get an extra encounter card every turn, which I do not like. Okay, that's okay. We can deal with this. It's not the end of the world. Oh, everything's got to be ready up. We have to heal for 3 again, going up to 7. That's got to have 2 on it. Okay, we go to Giant form. We use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. We use these two here to do Wasp Sting. That's 4 damage that we do to Beetle here. Gone. Oh, do we want to spend the resource to... No, we'll just shuffle it back in. She might come back, but I think we're pretty close to the end here. At least I'm hoping. Okay, so there's that. Then we're going to spend Strength here to get Energy Barrier out. And I'm going to spend a Pinpoint Strike and a Desperate Defense to get Giant Help out, remove 3 threat from a scheme, 4 total if I'm in Giant, 4 from multiple schemes if I'm in Giant form, so that clears these off, getting rid of this. And then we're going to, oh, this should be readied up. We're going to use Ant-Man to attack for 3. Ant-Man attacks for 3, which does finish this off. Boom, he's out. He's going to do 4 indirect damage. We're going to block 2 of it with these 2. And do 2 right back to him. So that's 2 indirect damage. We will just take that. And we'll use a Night Nurse to get 1 of those back. I'm okay with that state of things. Yeah, as long as we survive this, as long as everything goes to plan, we should do Pinpoint Strike to end it next turn. So we have Pinpoint Strike in our hand. We have Wasp Sting if we end up getting Beetle again. Okay. Yeah, we can live with that. But we have 2 encounter cards as well. So 1 here, he attacks with 4, 5, 6, and a counter. That is the end of Ant-Man, obviously. We have to do 2 encounter cards before turn 15. Scorpion. Okay, that's a new one. He's got Quick Strike, so he attacks with 3. We will defend... Actually, no. No, I don't want to be stunned. No, that's fine. We got Night Nurse. We'll take it. So he does 3 damage. We'll do 2 back with Energy Barrier. Because of this Red Room training, it'll do another damage to him. And that's that. That's all we'll do. Okay. Last encounter card. Beetle. It was Beetle. Okay. Okay. We can live with this. We are stunned because of Scorpion's attack. We use Night Nurse up, healing for 1, and getting rid of that stun card. Then we use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. And the move here is Pinpoint Strike, right? How to do it, though. Gotta get rid of Scorpion first. So, 1, 2, and Ever Vigilant. Now, Desperate Defense. You could do Pinpoint Strike, which is going to... Oh, if I go to Tiny Form, though. Yes, we go to Tiny Form first. So that does 4 damage here, leaving 4 more damage for Green Goblin, bringing him down to 3 HP. Then we want to do Wasp Sting. So we spend these 2. We spend Giant Help and Giant Help and Power of Protection to do Wasp Sting. That does 4 damage, which gets rid of this again. I don't have the resource to pay to put it in the discard pile instead, so she does go back in here. And we have to see what happens. This might be the end here. Once he attacks, we might be able to do the 3 damage back, because we have enough things like Electrostatic Armor, Energy Barrier, and Energy Barrier to affect him that we might be able to just end this. Ooh, and Preemptive Strike, which I like even better. 1 threat in the main scheme. He goes to attack. We defend. We just defend. He attacks 4. Anything in my hand first? No. 4, and I'm stunned. So 4, we defended for 2. We do 2 right back with Energy Barrier, which brings him down to 1. And then finally, Electrostatic Armor, because I defended, does 1 more, and it's over. That's the end. We defeated him. I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed Wasp Protection. I gotta say, I had some really bad practice games where it just didn't go my direction, but once I figured out the deck, I was really happy with it. So definitely check it out. I'll probably be making this deck on Marvel card database so I can share it with you all, but I really enjoyed it. That's all I've got for tonight. 3 games, 3 victories. You're welcome, Ursa Major. I'm doing my part, hopefully, and hopefully it stays that way. That's all I've got tonight. Thank you for watching, and you all have a good night.